This segment, though, is the fastest segment on television, and it is our hashtag rapid fire round. We reserve this segment each evening to zip through as many trending topics as we can with our expert guest. Tonight, that expert guest is viral video sensation and tonight's latest hopeful in the very competitive ugly sweater contest. Elly Maye, welcome to the show.
Hey.
Now, we got to see more of the sweater. Let me look at this.
Okay, there's a cat on it somewhere. Can you see the cat?
Oh,
Also, it lights up. Can you see that?
Oh my gosh, it lights, and look, and she's even got the garland turtleneck.
Yeah,
now,
I added that.
You're a millennial, and I am not a millennial. And I want to know, do you remember tinsel?
Yeah, I have it on my tree, but it's like the cheap kind, you know?
I love it, but you can't buy it anymore.
Yeah, well, we have, like, it's a lightweight tinsel. You know, the old stuff is pretty heavy, but yeah, it's on my tree.
Awesome. Well, I'm
kind of around my neck, sort of.
Yeah. I'm going to go have to get some of that. All right, we're going to get to the trending topics because I have not behaved the entire night. We have and I wish you could be here tonight, we have our studio Christmas party tonight after this. And
fun.
So none of us are really behaving except Jason, who's always like in military mode, like ready to kill us all pretty much if we get out of line. And so he's over here, panties all in a bunch because we're not behaving. So I'm going to try to behave and stay on course through your segment tonight, and you with your lovely sweater.
We'll try.
So here we go. All right, now you remember the story about the young Muslim woman who was assaulted on the subway in New York City. She claimed 3 men who were Donald Trump supporters assaulted her, and this was all over the old press. And anyway, they tried to remove her hijab, but the woman has now been arrested for lying to police and making up the entire story. Elly Maye, I heard the Lefty News Network reported this attack, but I wonder if they're going to report now that it was a lie because I haven't seen it, frankly.
Yeah, so the problem with this is even if they do report it as a lie, the damage is done. But regardless, I do hope they report on it and give it some decent time. And it's funny because the talking point that has been circulating the mainstream media right now is fake news. And basically pointing the finger at the right, saying they put out fake news stories, when in reality it's the mainstream media who is the biggest perpetuator of this fake news. And you can even go back to, for example, Trayvon Martin and when they edited George Zimmerman's phone call to the police. That's huge. NBC right there. So we will see how the mainstream media handles this one because how they do will be very telling, especially when they're talking about fake news all the time.
All right, now I don't know if you ever watched The View on ABC, but the show's creator, Barbara Walters, who isn't on the show anymore, reportedly thinks the show has been ruined by poor casting. Elly Maye, do you think that The View might be on the job? I interviewed for a job on that show, by the way. Maybe I could have saved it. Who knows?
You could have, absolutely, 100%. But the only time that people talk about The View is basically when they're talking about how it's the end for The View, which says a lot. I've seen parts of it where they do get the one conservative at their table, and it's just painful to watch. It's super uncomfortable. Joy isn't likable. Whoopi isn't likable. They sound bitter and mean. So it's not really fun, I don't think, for anybody to watch, including the people who agree with kind of the atmosphere of what they are saying on that show. But I don't know if Barbara really for sure said that, but I wouldn't blame her if she did because it is a mess, I would say.
Yeah. All right, National Cupcake Day trending today on Twitter. But Elly Maye, I thought we already observed this sacred holiday in February. We celebrated here in the studio, and then we celebrated again in October. How many National Cupcake Days do we celebrate in a given year?
Well, apparently several. But to be fair, the National Cupcake Day in October was specifically for chocolate cupcakes. So that's a big difference. But I think this is good because there were those trendy cupcake shops that just started popping up all over. And I think it's good for them to kind of promote their businesses. So I'm going to look at it as a good thing because I don't personally like cupcakes, but it seems like the whole world does. And Twitter is kind of saying how they don't need a cupcake day because every day is a cupcake day. So people really love cupcakes. I don't like them myself. I don't get it.
I just think they're cute and they're pretty and they're like a little package and they're individual and that's nice. But if I really had my thing, it would be a cake pop. I like the cake
Yeah,
pops.
me too.
I love those cake
Definitely
pops.
better.
And it's really tough right now because I'm boycotting Starbucks probably forever. And they have the best cake pops ever. All right, Trump Grill trending today. Vanity Fair did a very critical review of the restaurant, and the president-elect isn't happy about it. Now, I've been there a few times. Took my son there this year. Took my producer Jason there a few times. Loved it every time. I actually was very pleasantly surprised at the quality of food. And you might know I am an elite member on Yelp. So what do you think?
Well, okay, so their article is titled "Trump Grill Could Be the Worst Restaurant in America." I mean, it's just so biased. Yeah, and I read some of it, and it was so smug. I was looking for it to be kind of humorous, thinking maybe they were kind of joking around a little bit. No, no, no. They were ripping the waiter. I mean, everything was insane. They were looking for every reason to be mad. But I just want to point out one thing that stood out to me, which was the author wrote that finding toilet paper in the bathroom felt like searching for toilet paper in a Venezuelan grocery store, which I can't imagine would go over well. That comparison would go over well to Venezuelans who are suffering right now because of socialism. And another point is the author just made the admission that socialism doesn't work. And maybe another point that it's so busy that they're running out of toilet paper.
That was going to be my next point. I was going to say, because everybody wants to be there to celebrate and go there. And that's not how they want it to work out either. But they might be a little overwhelmed staff-wise right now. All right, Amazon has completed their first official drone delivery, Elly Maye. I'm already hooked on Amazon. I really am. I did Christmas on Amazon. I know that sounds lame. I was always the local business person, but you know what? My hours in a day are limited. And I, for one, am like, hey, little droney, just go ahead and land on my bedroom balcony. I'm okay with that. Bring me my package.
Oh, God. I don't like drones because they creep me out, but I think this is a very convenient thing. However, this delivery was made in England. They're still kind of in the testing phases. They might expand a little bit in that area, but as far as it becoming an option for everybody, especially here in the States, it's going to be a long, long time. So, but they do hope to make it very, as often as delivery trucks, that you would see it as often as delivery trucks, drones flying through the sky, delivering your little package.
All right, Elly Maye, thank you so much for being with us. You have a Merry Christmas. And up next, we're going to go to your social media comments. I will reveal the winner of the Ugly Christmas Sweater Contest.